Test. Hello. Hello. Yes, those green bird are Kappas. I added Kappa Brothers into this little demo here. They run a little Christmas tree farm. Did you make a throwing system? I mean, it's pretty easy. Each of these are objects that when you go up to, when the character goes up to the object and you push a button, it just follows them on their head. Then when you push the button again, you just kind of launch them off with the gravity and the speed with the platforming system. Not a whole lot to it. Supposed to be able to have that one. Let's do. Hey, Bougie. I hope so too. This is just a in this, at least in this iteration of it, this is just basically a glorified Christmas card, just as like something to kind of, it's nice to get in the spirit of, basically, more than it is anything else. I appreciate the good thoughts. For it to be an actual game, there's quite a lot of more work involved. So I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I hope people like building as much as I think they should. It's always kind of nerve-wracking, right? Like, I think the funnest part of all this stuff is like going into this machine and like getting the little parts and building your own custom levels. I hope everyone finds it just as fun. Like, I made it really easy to like, break everything down and do these little bubbles, so you can really just, you just give it to the trash can. Look at all that. You can just, now you have all this room to do whatever you want with. It's really just do whatever you want. You could even like take from this house. Like a little barn. Your business is mine. Have fun just building little structures. I wonder why this guy's not. Why when this guy talks, he's not talking anymore, though. That is something I want to address. Maybe it was. I think all versions have this. Can't wait to see it get fleshed out more. Where do you get the sound effect or music from? Do you make them yourself? If so, how? Well, the sound I get from an app called Soundly. It's $10 a month for the pro, but you can there's a free version of it too as well. I'll show you how cool this is. So if I want a sound for like that trash can, for instance, I would say like metal lid close. You hear this, and it's just a bunch of sounds. So I just kind of go through and I listen for what I want. Like this is perfect, right? Sounds like the trash can being hit. I like that one. So I would just highlight it. Make sure that's the full one. And then drag it into the project. And that's it. And then I would call it SND trash hit. And then for the trash can, I would say if it's hit here, let's change it to SND trash hit. And that's all there is to it. So all the sound effects are taken from Soundly. Check this out. Listen. See? Sounds really nice. So I use that for all my sound effects. The music was done by my buddy Topher. He is an extremely talented musician. He's in the GameMaker community, does a lot of free tools. He's a very bright coder as well. And I was lucky enough to have him make me a multi-layered music track for this demo here. So the only thing that I lack, well, I say so, the only thing I lack, one of the things that I lack is audio ability. So I lean heavily on things like Zap Splat or Soundly to provide my sound effects. I also sometimes go into like Beatbox to create like musical tones and then export those. So I get them from a variety of things. I just don't make them myself. I don't know how. But yeah, but I do art and code myself, and then all the audio. If it's music, or some sound, mostly just music is done by Topher. He's extremely talented, and really the inspiration behind how I get so far with these demos. But anyways, I need to figure out why my level mancer isn't speaking. So let's go to this one under draw text, X bbox top minus, just fine. State that get name. It says he is talking, but it's not animating that way. So Sprite draw. Talk. True. I do want it looping. Is it just not looping? Hmm. Draw text, XY, sprite dot speed, maybe? Too low to see. Y minus 16. Speed is 2. It says it's 2. That's weird. Draw text. Sprite. Sprite get name. Let's see what's happening there. So it's not actually changing to talking. Why not? It says the state is changing though. State dot get name. It's on talking. Yeah, see, it's changing from talking to idle. Did I mess up the level mentor sprite? Oh, he was talking here too. But look, the sprite is never changing. So let's try this. See what it does by default. Yeah, see, something's changing the sprite back to... Yeah, see, what's changing the sprite? That's odd. Oh. I had the wrong thing selected. Hold on. I wasn't troubleshooting that correctly. Close that. Level mentor 4. Talking? He is talking. Okay, so it's not changing to him talking, but this. So maybe let's do this. Let's never set it back to this. Yeah, see, it's not changing back to It never begins talking, right? Even though I'm not setting. No, it's not. So it's like this isn't getting called even. On the step event. It does step. Hmm. I don't think this will do anything, but let's see. If talking, state dot change to talking. If state dot current, if state dot get name equals talking, state change title. State dot on enter equals function. Right. Play SPR answer talk. Such an annoying little bug. He's still not talking. Okay, so then why don't we do... Let's just see sprite dot sprite equals SPR answer talk. Yeah, see, it's not actually doing anything. It's changing to the level mancer sprite. Hmm. Did change this. Would that have affected it? Oops. Oh, he's still not talking anywhere. So weird. Play looping is true. Yes, you are correct. There is a left-right channel error in the title screen that I also need to fix. Good ears. That's impressive. So does it look like is it not activating the enter event? Let's try that. So it's impressive you got that, Gregory. Good ear. Show debug message. I see. That's actually interesting. So it's not. Oh, maybe because talking is now a thing. State equals state dot gets state talking. Oh, that's what it was. And then maybe idle's the same thing. Let's see if he's. Yeah, he does go back to idle. Fine. Okay, so anybody that has add state talking needs to say get state talking. Topher and Selmo made the music. It's Toftacular, Topherlicious. You can find them on itch at Topherlicious. If you type in Topher Anselmo, Anselmo, you will definitely find Topher's work. I gotta go through the tutorial again to make sure. Alright, now he's chatting. I was wondering why they weren't talking before. That was weird. He made this track as well. Kind of like dreamy stuff. Topher's been involved in lots of GameMaker projects too before. Some stuff that you've probably heard of, like Lunark. There's one recently called Witch Hand, Nova. Sorry, Topher, I don't remember the name. Nova Lands, maybe. Several GameMaker projects. Lost Nova, that's the one. Pretty sure. I think he did audio and code in Lost Nova. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think. Oh, okay, okay. Cool. All right, so now we've fixed that. It's nice to know. Let's create some more items here because I really liked having that for him. Actually, while we're at it, let's fix that bug here. So character entity editor title. Main inspirations in the past for my artwork. Um, gonna sound totally like conceited if I say there's not a lot. It's a pretty like contemporary. It's contemporary. It's a pretty modern art style, in my opinion. I think I'm like I don't know. Zelda's an inspiration, but it doesn't look like Zelda. If that makes sense. Like clearly the guy's inspired by Link, but if you look at like the rest of the art, it's probably more Americanized than you're used to. A lot of stuff have like Japanese sources of inspiration. Mine's more Americanized. Um, I don't know if there's been a direct, you know, you can kind of see it. It looks more like a Muppet than an anime character. So I guess that stuff. It's not like I particularly like the Muppets growing up, but I find the style to be very fun and whimsical. Even like you can tell in my the avatar right now on the stream that's talking that it looks more like this, and I don't know really what to call it. It's just kind of been my art style, like my own personal art style growing up. Saturday morning cartoons. I like big broad shapes and easy readability. Um, that being said, my favorite games in the past, you know what? That's a lie. You know what? My art is like heavily inspired by it's like Wind Waker and Minish Cap, like the more cartoony Zeldas. I love the art in those. I don't know if I meant to make it look like it, but it's definitely shaped the way I think about art. Oh, I didn't even check. I get distracted. I go on these tangents. All right, that's no longer in the left channel, I think. It's just so unique. Oh, that's nice of you to say. Yeah, it's this. If you were to ask me like, what's your own natural style, I would say it's this. I'll show you some more like I guess I'll call it traditional stuff that I've done in the past. You'll be able to tell like, oh yeah, that's where it's inspired by. So I have like this is my art like when it's in a higher resolution style. This is a GIF. It's probably pretty big, but you can kind of tell it's just like big broad shapes, very geometric. Um, this is in fact this was the same game. Just I have to revisit this one day though. I love the vector graphics. I know it puts off a lot of people in the game dev community, but I can't wait to get back to it. It's so much fun to like animate, look, and have like little rigs and the characters that move around and walk, talk, and blink. And this was originally like the first concept of Level Mancer to have the old Level Mancer here and a day night system and yeah, these little beans that you could take care of. And there wasn't a hero. You were in control of the hand at the time. But I found like you can kind of see the inspiration for it here. Like you had this toolbar with these different items up here. and you could pick up and move your character around, and they fight like indirectly. And then I don't think this has. And I see when I start to figure out like you could put one thing down and resize it to make different things. This was like the start of the ideas to make Level Mancer. Then I had the like this big chunky character come in. So I guess my style is inspired by my art style, which is this essentially. And I just found a way to kind of translate it into pixels. And the pixels have come a long way. The first version of it started like this, which is clearly not good looking, but you start somewhere, right? And then I kind of like refined the style down into, I guess, like this. And then like this. I had him white so you could change the color of the hood as you went through, but this was just a traditional platformer game. And then this is when I started like incorporating in like the Levelmancer elements into it. You could resize the roof pieces and stuff. But I had like this outline on it, and I didn't like how the outline made everything look separate from each other, like nothing could blend into each other. But this was quite a while ago. Let's see the date on this. Actually, this might not be the date. This is probably just the date that it was transferred in here. 2022. Yeah, it was way earlier than that, but still. And there's been other stuff, but Battle Studio. You guys know GameMaker, this will be kind of impressive for you. All of this was made natively in GameMaker. All the widgets in here and all the controls and all the drop downs. This is all native game GML. But it's a fighting game maker. And I would love to revisit this one day in GameMaker. I want to make a fighting game so bad. Look at all this. Oh, it was so much fun. And this was just a tool that I was working on. And then it became um like this later on. I had like this really cool UI where it was like making it was super fun. It was almost like a game in itself. You just edit the hitboxes and stuff, and you give it properties, and you set the frames of animation, and you could show the hitboxes during the animation and stuff. And so, like, even editing the game was a lot of fun. See how quick it is. Oh, it was so much fun. I'll revisit that. Kingdom Crazy was like a fighting game based in that same art style that Levelmancer uses now. This was released on GX.games. But this started as this, the graphics here. This was pretty early on in my path too, but it wound up something pretty cool. Yeah, look at all these. Oh yeah, you could tell it really like it started as that and then turned into this. And then I got these two guys on here and made these backgrounds and had these really cool effects. Oh, this is neat. Look at this. I just really started to find my style in exaggerating things. Where's my money? Where's my money? I will revisit this game one day. And then it turned into this, which is where I got like the pick up and throw. And it made this into like a 2D battle brawler, almost like Smash Bros. This was the pick up and throw is inspired by like Mario 2 and Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. And then you can see I borrowed the Levelmancer characters to do an online rollback game for Opera. And then it turned into this, which looks pretty cool, in my opinion. Had a full title screen and everything. So there's 3 games that I'd like to make in my game dev career. That's this, which is a platforming level building sim type game. Then I want to make a 2D fighter, like a side-scrolling fighter, and I want to make a collectible card game. Those are the 3 games I'd like to make before I die. Cool. Anyways, I want to make a few more level elements. I don't feel like there's enough variety here. I told myself that if I finished the meat of this before time, then I would add more stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's check it out. So we have a roof, we have a wall. I had to think of like what other things might be nice to add. Got these cool fences, stumps, a streetlight. We have poles, but a streetlight might be nice. Very different ground blocks. Oh, you know what? That's what I need. I need to make one of these, like a Yeah. Okay, that's what I'll do. So probably divide it in half. 8. This side white. It's nice to see how long it took people to get to where they are now. It's just things take time, and it inspires me not to give up. Thanks for sharing those. Oh yeah. Now keep in mind, um, I know I sound youthful and young. I'm almost 40 years old. I've been using GameMaker for about 20 years now. So manage your expectations. I use this. This is a complete hobby for me. Um, I've got a steady full-time day job where I work behind a desk and I do spreadsheets for a living. I've got 3 kids. Like I've always done this as a hobby. And it's taken me many, 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 many years. And only I would even say in the last year, I kind of like fell into a style of what I would say like, oh, this feels really good for me. So yeah, don't put any pressure on yourself to do anything really. Like just have fun with it. If you're not having fun, what's the point? Making games is supposed to be fun. Just focus on making games and having fun. Yeah, I like this. This is going to be a good addition here to have like this platform canopy thing because I can put. Do I want a fence under it though? Yeah, I think a fence would be good. And then I have poles, but not in the same way. So let's do this. Oh, actually, I don't think I have the scaffold even in them. Spear scaffold. I don't. Okay, so let's do. In the meantime, let me put some music on. I have these silences I keep taking off to like for the game audio, but I don't want there to be too much quietness here. Okay. Okay, I can feel this. There's no scaffolding. I did make one. So not that. You have this like pole. Where is that though? Hey. Egg. Actually, I need to make the canopy also larger. Hey, Flavored Ice, how you doing? Need market stall to appear over. I guess it does this way. Can we find another pole? I mean, this feels good to build stuff in. I'm sure people are going to get really creative with it. Oh, those new items I added, I have to make sure I down. But you know what? I'm happy with what we've done. I think I'm going to call it a night here. We've got... Oh, excuse me. That's how I know it's time to go to bed. I got one more private session I'm going to do tomorrow morning just to iron out a few last little bugs, make the title screen a little bit nicer. Oh, I threw away the dog, and then he can't get back out. I'll make it so you can't. Maybe you can't throw away the dog, and then he'll come back out if you talk to him again. But everyone, thanks for joining the stream. This is Levelmancer. It's basically a a platforming game with level building elements built inside of it. Think Mario Maker meets Animal Crossing. This demo is basically a holiday greeting card using the mechanics in the game. You're going to be building a little Christmas village. Hope everyone enjoys it. Stay tuned for more. You can find it on release on itch.io and on Mash Arcade on there. That should be up, if not tomorrow, then the next day after that. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you want to see more and you like this, like and subscribe, and we will continue this tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the next day after. Once work is concluded on the holiday version of this game, we'll go back to the original version and start building out different things like weather conditions and different level types, grassy areas, forests, snowy lands, deserts, the whole 9 yards. So thanks so much for joining. Appreciate everyone's participation.